Good morning, everyone. Hello, I'm happy you're here. I'm Karen Eiton, and today we're going to be talking about 6 ways that you can help your productivity in your sewing shop. So, when you have a sewing shop and you're running a business, you want to make sure that you're able to kind of keep a balance on different issues and different things so you can keep the productivity flowing in your sewing shop, right? So I'm just going to give you things to think about. And if any one of these ring a bell with you, if you are maybe guilty of doing it or you have learned to overcome it, which could maybe even help other people out, put it in the comments below. I'd love to know what worked for you, what didn't work for you, and so let me know. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. So number one is to reduce your distractions. So in able to reduce your distractions, you have to kind of, when it's a work day, it's very important to kind of keep your other conversations with people a little bit limited, right? So you want to be able to have a productive day and you want to be able to focus on the things that you want to focus on. So it's nice to, keep your momentum going, right? Keep your energy going towards your business, keep your energy level high and keep it going towards your business. So you want to kind of eliminate how much time you spend on social media. Yes, it's good to post things for your business on social media daily. Yes, that is wonderful. But when you're done with that, that should take you about, 15 minutes or so, maybe even less if you're not writing something out. But if you're posting a picture, if you're posting a short little video, you can do that in a good fair amount of time, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and get it over with, right? So you don't want to also sit there in the mornings and check all of your email, right? You want to read through all this, stuff that people send you and get into long conversations with people. You want to really limit yourself. I check my emails in the morning, but I don't get involved in it, right? So I check and see if there's anything really important, anything from, maybe my doctor or from, a client or, something like that. But then if there's not, then I kind of leave it until the end of the day, right? So, you want to be a little bit disciplined on how much time you spend on your email and things like that. So just make sure that you reduce, the chances of you losing, a lot of time, because when you start a conversation with someone and it could be lengthy, right? And you don't want to get into those long conversations that blow your whole morning away. So be cautious and be careful on that issue. So then number 2, make sure that you're running your business efficiently as possible. So that means make sure that your machines work properly, that your shop flows smoothly. Things come in, things go out, right? So you have shipments and different things that come in. And then, you want to make sure that they're able to, be priced if you're pricing them. If you're making content, you're making and creating product. Make sure that you're doing it in a way that your shop flows, and make sure that your supplies are easy to find and that you're organized, right? And you don't want to be running to different boxes and different areas of your shop to find your thread or to find certain things that you need throughout your day. You want to make sure that these things are located in areas where you know exactly where they are and you can find them easily, right? So the number 3, to have proper tools and equipment that works, like your machines. Make sure that they perform a quality job for you, and check for, safety concerns that's in your shop. Don't have like splintery edges on your sewing machine tabletops. I know some of those older sewing machine tabletops can sometimes get splintery, and I had a table that did that. Right on the edge, and I kept ruining all of my shirts when I rub up against it on my cutting table. So I just put a nice big piece of shipping tape clear tape across it, and that kind of solved the problem. So if you're finding areas in your shop that are a little bit dangerous, or, a little bit, could cause a safety concern, make sure that you are working towards resolving it as soon as possible. So that means, like, if your machines leak oil, make sure that you're wiping up the oil, constantly, that you're, keeping up with it, right? And then, you want to make sure that if you have extension cords in your sewing area, that these are tucked away or taped out of the area where people are not going to get caught up on them. They're not going to trip. And don't put extension cords under rugs or anything like that, because it can get hot and it can burn. So you want to make sure that you use, a minimum of extension cords if possible, where you don't use extension cords at all. The only time that I really have to bring out an extension cord is when I want to plug in something that I don't use regularly, right? So if I wanted to get my big cutting shears down, that would cut real big thicknesses, if I wanted to bring that into my shop and start using that and cutting out certain patterns, in bulk, in quantity, I would use an extension cord for that, but then I would use it and then roll it back up and put it away again, so I don't leave things out where people can fall, right, or trip. So that's very important, to be very safety cautious in your sewing shop. So then number 4 is, if you have employees, make sure they are happy, because happy employees do a much better job for you. So make sure that you are paying them what they are worth, and that they are, that your environment that they're working in is healthy, right? So you want to make sure that your employees are happy, your shop is healthy, the environment is healthy, and you're paying your employees what they're worth if you have employees, because they are, vital to your shop. If it's up and it's producing and it's productive and you need those employees, you want to make sure that you're doing some sort of an incentive or something that they know that they can make more money down the road, they can learn more things, or they get bonuses if they reach a certain, production stage or something like that. It's just really nice to make sure that you make them feel like they are worthy, right? So then number 5, and I'm going to take a little bit of a drink here. Sorry. So number 5 is to reinforce positive and motivated mindset in your shop. So, and this can mean just maybe putting up some different affirmation signs or something in your shop that kind of relate to being motivated and staying on task and things like that. It can kind of boost the morale of your shop. It can help, if you have other people working in there. Or sometimes it's just nice to walk in your shop if you're working even all by yourself, and you go into your shop and you see a nice motivational sign or message in your shop that really gets you fired up and, wanting to be, motivated and do a quality job, do a good job. And it just kind of helps that environment, right? So then number 6 is to don't be afraid to delegate work to others. So don't be afraid to teach others new skills that are, if you have employees that want to raise and they want to boost their income, then put more work on them, right? So go ahead and teach them a few new skills that can take some work off of your back, and it can help raise their income, and it would help them out a lot, especially if they have a family to feed, right? So, and don't be afraid to, promote people, give raises and things like that. So I think all of these tips could help you especially if you have employees. And it can also help you to think about, maybe you need an employee, maybe you need someone to help you, right? So, and you don't always have to think about people like getting in your way, especially if you run a sewing shop. You can always cut things out and do piecework. So you could cut things out and ask other people to sew it for you. So they'd come and they pick up the pieces that you've already cut out for them. They'll sew it to your, whatever your directions are, and you can piece that out. And then you can give them, so much money for so many that they sew, right? So there's a lot of people working from home right now, and a lot of people would like those types of jobs. So if you're one that's out there, you're making face masks, or you're making, simple little shirts, or you're making, other things, and you're actually selling them, and you need more production, but you're not ready to hire, a full-time employee, this way it can help you to get more stock, and it can also help you to maybe boost your income if you are already selling them. So it's some things to think about, especially if you're running, your alteration shop or some sort of a sewing shop, and you want to add a little bit more income to that. Because no matter if you're running an alteration shop or if you're running a product-based, production line in your sewing room, you could do a little of both, or you could do a little bit something different, right? So you can always come up with other products that you can sell in your sewing shop. So when people come to visit you and to drop off more sewing jobs or something like that, even if you're a designer and you're creating things from scratch, you're going to have traffic. You're going to have people coming in and out. So have some products there that they can look at and they can purchase right on the spot, right? So it just depends on what type of sewing shop you're offering and what you're doing, as to what type of products you might want to put out there. So if you are maybe a designer and you're creating custom design work, right? Custom made garments or whatever, you could have some simple things in your shop that's already for sale. Maybe just in small, medium, and large, say like little canvases, little bralettes, maybe, some different little things like that everybody needs, everybody uses. And it may be something that your customers might say, hey, I could use that. I could use that, right? And it's something that they don't have to ask you to make for them. But if they find it for a decent price, already made in their size, they'd be more apt to say, hey, I could use that also, so add that to my order or whatever. So it's really nice when you can boost up your sales. Now, for me, for alterations, even when I have alterations and I have people constantly coming in and out of the door, I have face masks that are for sale. I have other things there that are for sale. So, they could purchase some other things, items, and then I add that to their order when they're ready to check out and to pay. And it kind of boosts my income, right? So it just depends on what it is that you offer and what it is you could offer in your shop for sale. So if you want to know more about it and you want to talk to me, I'd love to talk to you. You can always private message me at any time. We can hop on the phone and have a little chat together and talk about, your business and what would be best for you. And so that would be nice. And so make sure to go ahead and like this video, give me the thumbs up, and go ahead and leave a comment if any of these relate to you. And also subscribe to this channel. I'd love to have you here. So I love you guys. I pray for you guys. I hope your businesses are prosperous and you are doing a great job. And if you have any questions, please contact me, and I'd love to start a conversation with you. So thanks so much, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.